close the door? I saw it. Close, 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 close. What's going on? What is going on, YouTube? Let me know if you guys can hear me. We are back. We are back on OBS, man. I struggled. I tried to recover the last live stream to clip it. That audio was so bad. I wish you guys told me. I mean, some of you did, but I didn't know how bad it was. Please let me know. I'm never going to be offended because I'm very, very sensitive about audio. And I understand why that live stream didn't do so well. We peaked at 56. Peaking at 56 was an indication that the audio was so bad that some people just couldn't do it. You remember what I said? I've been listening to a lot of good people that do this for a living. And your camera is not a big deal. Nobody cares about the camera. You have to get those audio. You got to get that audio right. That's why I spend a lot of money on this audio equipment, man. It's all about fine tuning. So if it's not great, let me know because we can always, especially how bad that one was. I could have just switched back to the normal mode and we would have been able to restore most of that audio. I couldn't do anything with it because it was playing twice. There's like double track and it created some echo. It made it look so bad. So that was a problem. But, well, let me know how you guys are doing. How you're doing? How are you doing? We got a gentleman called In the Streets. He wants to be in the streets. Your mans want to be in the streets, man. This guy is a big channel. But I think it's one of those COVID era channels that, you know, sometimes the audience can move away and it's hard to get it back. It's one of those things, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. Let me make sure that your comments are coming in. Let me make sure your comments are coming in. Let me make sure. Okay. Salute to Chaotic. Salute to you, Chaotic, bro. I watch your videos, man. I see you guys should go over and show Chaotic some love, man. I watch your videos. I watch you. I watch Sheku. How are you doing, man? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Let me make sure that your comments are coming in. Let's see. Social Blade. Okay, good here for KF. KF says it's good. Okay. I just put a little chat there Somebody said Mastios. Okay, your comments are coming in. All right, this is the last comment that I got. It says I may need to blow this up a little bit. Let's see if I can do it in stream. Let's try to do this in stream because we can get this a little bit bigger so that I can see. Because I struggle to read it if it's not that big. But there you go. I think this is good enough, right? This is good enough. All right. Kev says, Kiss Creep Cam the chick that met him at the airport. Okay. So I saw him in our comment section. So he says that I thought he was going to be on his best behavior. I think he bought his ticket before the guys made that video. So I don't want anything to happen to him. I was hoping that he was going to change his behavior in trip. But if he's already filming, then that is a problem. That means that they're taking their rebel attitude to the continent. And this type of recklessness needs to be checked. So in the coming days, we're going to be monitoring what this man is doing in Nairobi, Kenya. We're going to keep a close eye on his every move. And on this live stream, we're going to watch a few of his videos to see what it's about. Because he made a comment look like he's not a passport bro. See, the passport bro doesn't mean you have to be part of a membership. It's part of your actions. It's what you're doing, okay? It's what you're doing. So if you're doing some things that are not acceptable, we can categorize you as a passport bro, all right? So we're going to head over to In the Streets with Keys to see if he's complying with our terms and conditions. I repeat, we want to check to make sure that he's complying with our terms and conditions. Also, midway through the stream, we're going to check on our brothers.
Thanks for the tip.
We're going to check on our FBAs on live TikTok because I went over there today and they were crazy. So we're going to check on them. We are definitely going to check on them. Welcome in, Jada. I see you. Thanks for that support. Let's go ahead and see what In the Streets with Keys is doing on quote-unquote the motherland. Is he a Pan-African? Is he a PP bro? Is he a problem? I mean, if I look at the videos, he seems to be the type of dude that travels overseas for the chicas. So definitely he's in Nairobi, Kenya for the chicas. And he had been to Kenya a couple months ago. So this is a return to degeneracy. See, these guys are determined. If one thing I want to give the black dudes, man, when they pick a place, regardless of the dangers involved, even if you tell them to stop, they'll still do it. The only way they stop doing it is when somebody gets hurt. You know, we don't want anybody to get hurt. Even though we get on the record, you know, I get on the record and I say it explicitly, we don't want anybody to get hurt. We just want you to act right. But they'll go around and they'll spin it and they make it sound like I'm over here threatening people. I'm not threatening anybody. All I'm saying is please act right. So anyway, let's go ahead and watch the two videos. Just landed in Kenya, just touched down. All right, let's see what it do. Okay, let's see what it do. All right. This is very shocking. The dude has 300,000 subscribers, but he only gets 1,000 views on a live stream, 500 views on a live stream. Something isn't adding up. Did he buy some bots? Or the subs are just not interested? This is not a great YouTube channel. It used to be in the past, but I think he's not doing well. This is why they fundraise. But let's watch. Let's see what he's up to.
Let me know.
How old is this motherfucker? He looks old. He looks old. So is this the life he lives? Does he have a regular job? Is he a full-time YouTuber? Let me know in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we hear you. Okay, okay. Hey, appreciate you. Yeah, I see.
What happened, man? Hey, are you guys here? Are you guys here? Man, Tricia said I can't be talking about live stream. No, I test stuff, man. I test stuff. I bought some new plugins today. I'm back on OBS. I tested it. I came back to OBS. Um, so remember, like I said, whenever I'm testing, I let you guys know that I'm testing, right? The reason I'm testing is because I need audio control. StreamYard doesn't give you audio control. EVMax doesn't give you audio control. So I've always been trying to bypass the system. I'm doing a lot of engineering on the back end, right? To try to get there. So sometimes you're going to it's not a bandwidth issue. I think this is a plugin issue. I bought a new plugin today for $30. The plugin is supposed to do my noise suppression. It could be what is causing the problem, but I'll figure it out, okay? I'll figure it out. It's a plugin that I bought today. It could be that plugin. If it happens again, it's definitely that plugin. I can always isolate it. I can take it off. I'm just back on OBS today. So I did anticipate that we're going to have some issues, but it's okay. It'll take one or two iterations. We'll get back into it. This is nowhere near mentuition, all right? This is nowhere near mentuition, man. I'm trying to streaming. Streaming is better in OBS, but OBS is the hardest software to use. You have to be very tech savvy to be able to use OBS because it gives you a lot of things, right? You can do a lot of things with OBS. But what I'm struggling with OBS is whenever I buy plugins, sometimes they're not compatible, then they'll kick you off, then you got to take it off and take it back. But we'll get through it. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. They had bandwidth issues. I don't have bandwidth issues. I have 2,000 up, 2,000 down. Actually, you know what? Let me connect directly to the wire. Let's go to wire. Right there. Let's go to wire. We're directly to wire. Let's go.
All right, so here's the deal. Right now, I'm waiting for my luggage. I'm actually trying to stall for a little bit of time. I did not realize that two girls are going to show up to the airport at the same time. So I'm trying to navigate that. I'm like, all right. The bad thing about like sometimes in Kenya when girls like go from home to wherever, sometimes they don't have cell phone service and you can't get in contact with them. So that's the reason why I gave it, last trip where I paid the chick phone bill for $7 because so she can have some more data. But yeah, so I'm trying to figure out like where I'm gonna be when I get out of this terminal. And that way I can like possibly send one in one direction, one in one direction. And I'm praying they both not at the gate at the same time because that's gonna be really embarrassing. So yeah, I'm thinking if I can get in contact with both of them, I want to go ahead and get my Airtel SIM card because the WhatsApp not updating through the through the hotspot to the WhatsApp. Um, so if I can send both of them home and just give them, send them an M-Pesa with the cash, like, oh man, I'm sorry, I called an Uber, sorry we missed each other. I feel better about that than like trying to hurry up and rush out to one and then the other one catch me at the car. Like that's gonna be terrible. So, but I gotta wait for my bag to come out here. I guess the power was out in some spots because the escalator ain't working. So it's taking everybody like a lot, it's older people and stuff like that, taking a lot more time to maneuver with the bags coming out. And
Travel says do a speed test. No, I got really good internet, man. I'll do it. You know me. I don't hide stuff. I'll do it. I'll just take the Google speed test. I'll run one for you to see. You see? I got very good internet. I can run multi-streams right there. Right now, I'm 4 ms latency. Server is in Dallas. 929 up, 762 down. And the reason that you're seeing this is because I'm port forwarding through my friend's house in Irving for so that people can IP to my house. So it IPs to his house and then it goes to a server in the cloud and then it comes back to me. So even with all that latency, I still have 4 ms because the up and down is about 2,000, right? So it's pretty fast. I do it because the internet is crazy, right? So I have to loop and loop to come back, but it's all good, man.
People getting accustomed, so I don't know. So
Okay, so that was the first stream. He showed up. He had two girls coming to wait for him at the airport. So already we are threading passport bro territory. We are threading. No, travel. I do this for. I create content, right? I get AdSense, I get super chats. So of course I have to buy the right product for what I'm doing. I'm not even. I don't even take the money. So with Google, Google has never paid me, right? But it's earmarked because I know they're gonna pay it at some point. So I always make sure that I get the best for what I'm serving people. Occasionally, you can have, like I said, I bought a plugin. I think the plugin is probably what took this out because I'm using this plugin for the first time today. It's called the Bertom Denoiser Classic. It's a V3 VST3 plugin, but it's one of the best noise suppression software out there. So I bought it. I'm testing it out today for the first time. I think it's very good. It's got good reviews, but sometimes it'll come with problems like shutting down, and I'll figure it out. I'll look at the back end and I'll figure it out technologically. It should be great. So far, we're still doing good. Let's watch a little bit. Let's see what this guy's about.
I'm trying to figure it out right now. So bear with me. We're gonna see how we can navigate through
Salute to Oshie Duke Jackson assistant.
this. I'm trying to take y'all on the journey through the trip. You know what I mean? Like I promised. Hopefully it's a good trip, safe trip. Despite all the noise and stuff like that, we just out here to have fun.
Let me know about this guy's YouTube channel. I see Mr. Invidious is in his chat. He's in his chat. This is the dude that has been threatening me and saying all kinds of bullshit in my comment section. I guess he's hurt by some of my commentary, but it is what it is, man. But how come he has 300,000 subs, but his views are down? He used to get good views about 3 years ago. So what happened? Did he get suspended? Is he shadow banned? Does he do sexually explicit content? What is going on with these mans? What is going on with my mans?
And really just show y'all, the beauty of this shit. And yeah.
The beauty of what shit? I thought Africa was a jungle and Africa was a piece of shit. So what is the beauty? What are you saying? Please don't be saying it's beautiful, because I want you all to say it's not beautiful so that you don't go.
He said, which Keith is it? I ain't watching you live, South Cat. Oh shit, that would be terrible. That would be terrible. They lock him alive. Oh, I'm praying that it ain't both of them out there with signs or something, dog. Oh my God. I'm gonna see if I can find somebody by the door and be like, hey, do y'all see anybody that look good out there? Like, you know what I mean? Or pretty decent. You know what I mean? Might be for me.
ODJ assistant. Okay, you're saying he's just going to Kenya because he wants to feel desired by women and to show off for his subs. He has a lot of subs, but he's not getting a lot of views. So what is going on? I don't understand this. This guy's live stream on his big trip only has 500 views after 12 hours. I get more than that after 12 hours. So what is going on? Like, I don't understand it, right? Somebody should explain it to me, because I haven't followed him in a long time, right? I've heard his name. This is the first time I'm actually seeing him like in video. So I don't know. But obviously he looks like somebody that wouldn't be getting so much action here. Not for his looks, but the way he talks, the way he's kind of conducting himself. I think Kevin Samuels really broke the boys. Kevin Samuels has broken the boys. And I need to do a video on this. I know a lot of you revere Kevin Samuels. I think he was a great guy, but I think he was also heavily misinformed and he influenced a lot of men not to grow up. Because if you look at all the friends and students of Kevin Samuels, none of them are married, none of them are aspiring to grow. Some of them made money because of content, but with YouTube being this difficult nowadays and the views drying up, most of these guys are not doing great. So I don't know. I really don't know where to put Kevin Samuels after looking at the results. I mean, in real time, it looked good. It sounded good. It looked good. But I'm looking at the results 10 years in, and the boys have not improved. So obviously, there's a problem somewhere. Salute to you, Salah. Salute to Akinyi. I'm going to greet you guys here in a bit. Khalil, salute. Greetings to you. Greetings to you. Let's keep watching a little bit more.
But yeah, I didn't think that was gonna happen because I was just saying, I was, when you come back in town, oh, I land on this day. But I guess it ain't but so many flights anyway, because the chick, she found out the time and she got here like an hour ago in preparation, wait, and then the other one was already here too. So I'm like, yeah. And then I don't even know where the third is. But I'm just messing around. I'm just talking. Just hey, this one I land. It's not a big.
So this is not somebody that went there maybe to see one woman that he's dating. He's talking to multiple women, sleeping with multiple women at the same time, have all these women coming to the airport to meet him. Yet he says he's not a passport bro. It's called pipelining. That's a passport bro move. So these are women and girls that he's been talking to, playing a fool, not settling down, disturbing the peace, because this is disturbing the peace. When you do things like this that are not in sync with the culture, you're disrespecting the culture. Yet these guys are saying that we come here and disrespect their culture. No, when you do things like this, you're disrespecting the culture. Because we don't carry ourselves like that. But even if you have to do, you don't have to put it on camera. You don't have to film it. I don't care what you do. Even if you date 10 women, that's your life. But why are you monetizing off of these women? Why are you filming them? And sometimes they make up these stories just to kind of build up something to make it sound like, like put a little bit of suspense and drama into their content. But I see a little bit of gray hair and I'm like, you shouldn't be living your life like this at this age. It's not right, fellas. It's not right. You're never going to win when you live like this. And I'm sure he probably has some kids that he's left behind. He had to fundraise to travel. He's not traveling off his own dime. And people are giving him this money so that he sends these images back. Like, what are you getting from somebody showing you the girl that he's hanging out with? I don't understand this type of entertainment. It doesn't make sense to me at all. That is the same entertainment that Austin Holloman does. And he's dried out. This is why his channel has dried out. Again, this guy has over 300,000 subscribers. And he's getting views
for the sub.
less than my live view channel. This is my live channel. I don't really post videos on this channel. This is just for live streaming. And this dude is getting less views than I'm getting on a channel that has less than 2,000 subs. That means that not very many people are watching. The YouTube algorithm has moved away from content like this. This is not great, man. That means you want to pivot somewhere or you want to try to get some of your 300,000 people back. Because when you post a video, all those guys will get a notification that you've posted a video. If they don't and they really care about your content, they're going to go and search and look for you. And once they search and look for you, the algorithm will start recommending them again. I've done that before. I used to watch Lex Friedman. I stopped watching him for a bit, for about a year. And then when I went and looked for him and I searched him, all of a sudden, I'm starting to get Lex Friedman videos again. That means that's just how the new algorithm works. So you can try to tell your old subs to go back and look for you and search for you and put the videos up, put the PSA out, and try to get some of them back. But at the pace that you're going, at 300,000, your channel is running like somebody that has 10,000 subs. That means that YouTube is moving away from you. And what that should tell me is you have to move away from making this a full-time job and go get a regular job somewhere. Do this part-time. This is not a good way to live. It's all dopamine. It feels good. But after you're not and you're done, reality sets in, you have nothing. Just hopping around from one country to the next. It's like, you were never allowed to travel. And the moment you had the opportunity to travel, you started making a fool out of it. Like you just went crazy. Like, hey, I can travel now. I got a passport. So now I just have to go. Out of nowhere, just traveling. That's not a good way to live, buddy. It really isn't. You're spending so much money. This money is donated to you. You're just spending it on women who don't care about you. And then after a few weeks, you're going to return home and be an incel, short-term incel is what I call them, for a few months until you can travel again or you can fundraise again. You should be looking at the life of Austin Holloman as a reason not to live like that. All of you are doing the same thing, the same business model. It's not even creative. There's no engineering here. It's not creative. Austin Holloman is doing the same thing. Pab is doing the same thing. NYC The Future is the worst. He's begging. Jerello is doing the same thing. And now this old man is over here doing the same thing. They're all begging to travel. For what? Just to entertain yourself? This is not good content. That's why the algorithm is not promoting it. If you do YouTube right, you can raise enough money and not need donations from your audience. You really can do that. And I feel like you guys are doubling down. You don't want to move with the changes that is happening to the algorithm. And I feel bad for Black creators. Because really, apart from Poetic Flacco, most of Black creators are not doing well. Maybe Abba and Preach, Poetic Flacco, Marquise, because he does technology, so he's in a different league. I Show Speed, those are in a different league. But the sub 500,000 Black creators are not doing so well because you guys have stopped being creative. You're not putting in the work. You're playing games. If you really want to do this full time, sometimes you have to go watch big creators like Ludwig, like Mr. Beast, learn some things, think media, see what they are learning from the algorithm, pull out data. You have to have a data day, a day where you sit there and just watch the YouTube algorithm go to work. Just watch which videos are being promoted. How many people have less than 10,000 subs with a video that is 100,000? And try to understand why that video did well. If this is what you want to do full time, these are the things you're supposed to do on a day-to-day basis to understand what works algorithmically and try to recreate that or even make it better. But this whole thing of repeating a methodology that everybody is doing is overly saturated. You're not going to do well. And a lot of your audience don't even have money, because I'm looking at this live stream. There are no donations. They're not giving him any money. I'm looking at this. I'm fast forwarding through it because it will tell me if there's been some supers or donations, and I don't see it. He's not getting any supers on this one. I'm going through the comments here. I'm looking at the comments to see if any supers come in. Nope, they are not. So yeah, they gave him the money for the fundy, but when he's streaming, people are not giving him any money. There's nothing here. It's all everybody in the chat is this travels, that travel lover, get travel. The Out of Will, I know him. uh, adventures. Everybody is a travel creator. They don't support him. Okay, they don't support him. Everybody here is a creator. They're not really supporting him. All right, so let's see what is going on here. Let me see. Let me take your comments. Let me take your comments. Let me take your comments. Too much shit just to smart bucks, bro. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. It doesn't make sense to me at all, man. There's a lot of women, go to Tuskegee, go to go to all these HBCUs. There's a lot of fine black women at these HBCUs. Why do you have to travel that far? you know, the black women in America don't make it too hard for black people because they only date black people. Very few of them date outside their race, but most black American women date black people. So you just need to find one. Okay, so he gets his donations on Cash Apps and not Super Chats. So those are direct. That's why you don't see it in the chat. That makes a whole lot of sense. Salute to you, Sheku. Salute to you, brother. Salute to you, bro. That makes a lot of sense. And Akinyi is saying we want travel YouTubers like Tayo Ayuna. I love Tayo's videos. Wademaya, Tayo Ayuna, great content, respectful content. And that's why he gets the views. Like I said, if you look at the black Africans, or I don't like to say black Africans because we are black people. We are the real blacks, right? So if you look at Africans that create content in the travel space, except for Mawa, because Mawa is an idiot, and you compare them to the dudes that create this similar content, it's night and day. Like, I think maybe Ace and Check in Effect, they used to do the same shit, but they are a little bit better nowadays. I'll be honest. I think Lord, I think Lord is okay. I really think it's okay. There are some videos of him that I don't like, but I want to be fair and honest. I think he's, for the most part, doing great content. And you can see that in their views. They are not doing 1,000 views per video. They have real travel content, right? They have real travel content. What do I mean by we're the real blacks? Because we're Africans. Africa is the home of the blacks, right? And everybody that is black comes from Africa. So, of course, we are the real blacks. We don't need to say black African. That's a tautology. It doesn't make sense, right? How do you say black African? Black African is a tautology. Right? So it's only in America they're trying to sub-classify us. They say continental African, black African. We don't need any classifications as Africans. Africans is Africa. We are black people, okay? We are the real black people. We are the blackest. We are the darkest. Have you been to South Sudan? Have you seen South Sudanese? Have you seen West Africans? We are the blackest. So there's no need for us to sub-classify ourselves. That's why I said that. We are pure black people. We have 100% African DNA for the most part, right? We don't have all these 1%, 2%. It's for the most part, it's just 100%. If I do a DNA test, there's no Indian. I'm just 100% African, right? So it doesn't make sense to say black African. It's stupid. It's a tautology. Exactly. Elon is a fake African. Yeah. Or Boers, like Austin's girl is a Boer. That's a Boer. The Boers are not black Africans. But I don't like the word black Africans. I hate the word continental Africans. There's nothing like continental African, black Africans. We're Africans. Now, the black people in the diaspora, it's a matter of option to decide what you want to be. Okay? Now, the ones in America are confused because they have all kinds of names. But in the Caribbean, they are Jamaicans, they are Bahamians or Bahamian, Trinidadians, St. Lucians, but of African ancestry. That's what they say over there. I've been to the Caribbean. That's what they say. Haitians of African ancestry. But for us, we don't say black. Well, the North Africans, they consider themselves mostly Arabs, right? They think they are mostly Arab. Salute to you, Lucy. Greetings to you, Lucy. So the North Africans are the minority in Africa, right? Most of Africa, we're just we're just black. So there's no need for us to say black Africans, right? African really means black, right? In America, it's been overworked. It's been overworked to mean a group and an identity. But for us, we don't say black because we don't have to compare ourselves to anybody. Everybody looks like us. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Salute to Kobe, salute to Kobe, salute to Kobe, salute to Kobe. So let's see what our friend in the Keys is doing in Nairobi.
Just hurry up and go. Damn, we ain't got no contingency plans. Just keep out here.
Man, Nairobi, you guys let me down. I thought your airport was supposed to be some mud houses with some thatched roof. I thought you were supposed to fix your country, right? Right? Isn't that what they say? I thought you were supposed to fix your country where your airport is a bunch of mud houses with some elephants walking outside. How come I don't see any giraffes and elephants at the airport? I don't understand this. What kind of Africa is this? There is no giraffe at the airport. And there's even tiles on the floor. And it looks clean. No, this is not Africa. This is not Africa.
No, let me. No, that's right here.
Look at that. We even have accommodations for disabled people. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I thought in 2026 we don't have that in Africa. Okay, let's keep going.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Nah. Nah, I don't need a taxi right now, brother. Give me a second. Yeah, maybe later. Give me a second. Give me a second. Oh my God. Oh my, you scared the shit out of me. Oh my.
I was looking for you there.
Yeah, it's kind of cold out here. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. I'm on the stream with my friends right now, so they can see you acting crazy. Just want to let you know that. But we got to get out of here. It's kind of cold. Let's hurry up. Can you help me with my bag, please? Oh yeah. Okay. You carry that one. You look good. Here we go. Oh, did we already have a taxi? Huh? Kilimani. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay, so I guess we have to launch Operation Kilimani, right? Operation Kilimani. If you know, you know. Operation Kilimani. Let me see. Something came in my ears. Let me make sure I don't miss it. Where you are? I think it's Jada. I did miss. This thing sucks. It is. It does suck. Jada, I did miss your super. Thanks for that support. There it is. There it is. Here you go. Thank you. Thanks for that support, Jada. I appreciate you. Let's go to let me highlight this. Let me make it bigger. Let's get it bigger. Let's get Jada's stuff bigger. Oh, that's all it can do. About that. How about that? All right. Call it good. Call it good. That's good enough. Thanks for that support. Let me see. Take some of your comments. Jomo Kenyatta International Airport AI. Yes, it is, man. I want to see some giraffes at the airport. I want to see some touch buildings, some huts. Because when I was on TikTok today trying to source videos, all the blacks were talking about is mad houses, go fix your country. Like, how much fixing can you do? Right? How much fixing can you do, right? And like, if you don't have political power, what can you do? What fixing can you do when you are not politically involved? What fixing are they doing in Mississippi, right? For example, right? So this is just xenophobic. They're just no xenophobic narratives. If you don't have power to do stuff, there's not much you can do. Yeah, maybe you can go to work, you can be an engineer, you can be the best at your job that contributes to the country, you can pay taxes like most immigrants are doing here. I understand that. But to think that one man can go over there and just change Africa overnight, Africa is going to take some time, all right? But don't lie about the things that exist. These things are there. Obviously, you didn't go to Africa on a donkey, right? You flew an airline, most likely Kenyan Airways, to get over there. So we even have an airline, right? Now you fly Kenyan Airways to get over there, and you get out of the airport and you have all these services that are available for you. It's not perfect, but it's very functional. And they always don't want to say that. And this is why some people like O'Shea and stuff, when they talk like, oh, the real work is here. Why are you guys over there? We're over here doing the real work. No, he's not doing anything. He's just lying to people because he's feeding you the stereotype that Africa is down bad. And because he's feeding that stereotype, all his critics that live overseas is because they've fled or they are not capable of making it over there. If our best come to the West, that means they have opportunity back home. Even if I return home today, I'm still going to rock and roll with the best of the best because I went to school with the best of the best and my network is the best of the best. These dynamics work the same everywhere you go on the planet. If you have a network, you're going to eat. Okay? That is true for America too. If you build the right network in America, you don't need Indeed. You don't need LinkedIn. I don't have a LinkedIn. Can you imagine? I don't have a LinkedIn. I have a network. I have people I can phone and call, and I'll be employed tomorrow because they've worked with me for 10 years and they know what kind of value that I bring. You build a network. I have directors on my phone. I have CEOs, well, not CEOs, but maybe a little bit low rank, but engineers, senior engineers that I've networked with over the years. So if you need a contract, a job, I have people that I can call and they will hook you up. It's very important to build a network. You don't just go to college. That's great that you go to college. But college is good because you can build a network. You can build out. And that's what a lot of people are missing. They're like, oh, college is useless. Don't go to college. No, college is not useless. College is a network. It's like a fraternity. You meet like minds, and whoever does well is a way for you to also move up and to learn and to have ideas of what to do. A lot of people are never going to understand this. I don't even know how to break this down. I'm not even going to try. But this is what I'm saying. Africa is not what these people are making it out to be. Yes, it has problems, but it's very functional if you're doing the right things. And this man over there, Mr. Keys, I don't think, I mean, from the airport, he's already violating our terms and conditions. Okay? The man is violating the terms and conditions that have been set out by the boys in Nairobi. And you're going to turn around and say Nana is a bad person if he gets kicked out of places because Nana is bad. If something happens to him, you're going to blame Nana. But then I came out and I told him, I said, there are some things you cannot do. These women should not be on camera. They should not be monetized. Go over there, have a good time. If you're going to be sleeping with the field, turn that camera off. We don't want to see it. The moment you put them online, even if they consent to it, and you start to monetize them, we got a problem. And at that point, I am not responsible for whatever happens to you, okay? This is all I'm saying. You're welcome to Africa. You're welcome to have a good time. I don't care who you date. I'm not interested. but the monetization and sexualization of Africa, trying to make Kenya into the next Thailand or the Africa Thailand, that is not going to fly, buddy. It's not going to fly. And over the next few days, we're going to keep an eye on how you're moving, because I don't think I hate this dude. I think he comes across as a cool cut, He reminds me of Philly Dom, right? I like Philly Dom. So folks that remind me of Philly Dom, I think deep down maybe he loves Africa. I've never heard him say anything negative about Africans. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But all I'm asking of him, if he wants this trip to be peaceful and nice, please take the women off camera. Please do. It's very simple. If you don't do that, I don't care whatever happens to you. That's all I'm saying. And that is me being very generous. I'm being very generous to this guy because I think he loves Africa genuinely. That's why I'm being very nice. So please, enjoy your time there. But do not put these women on camera, sexualize them, monetize, because those dudes are a phone call away and they're going to be looking for you. And they'll find you because you're in Kilimani. It's very obvious. They'll find you. You're very noticeable. So let's not take it to that level, okay? Mr. Keys, let's not take it to that level. Let me take some of your comments. Chang, is it Chang 3 Love 3? As a Black American, I find it interesting to know how my African brothers and sisters think about us. That's all. Well, it's different. I think there's different. I group my blacks. That's what I say. I group my blacks. I have my blacks that I love. Mostly they are very educated. They are well traveled. They are more tolerant. They tend to be much of the older generation of Black people. So they've read. They know their history. And I tend to love and respect those guys. Then I have the mid-tier of Black people that are not informed, but they are cordial and they are nice. I don't have any problems with that category. Then I have the ignorance, the deplorables, the xenophobes, the Tariq Nasheed friends, the fan club. Those I really despise. There's no middle ground. Those ones I don't like. And I'm never apologetic about them. And my dislike for those ones is so much that sometimes some of my commentary affects the good guys. But the guys that know me personally, they tune out because they know that I'm not targeting everybody. I just can't keep repeating myself by saying some. Of course, it's not everybody, right? I went to college. I'm educated. I'm not going to say all of you are like that. It's just a little few, mostly guys that are not doing much, right? They're not pulling their weight. They're not trying hard. That's where I draw the line. But I'm very, very selective when it comes to Black folk. I'm really, really selective. I know if I can get along and if I cannot get along. I'm very, very selective about it. I don't do that with other groups. But with Black people in America, I'm very, very selective. There are some of you that have my phone number that I'll talk to you personally. That is because I care about you, right? So I'll talk to you on a personal level. And then there's some people like the Tariqs that I just don't like. And I'll never like, right? It is what it is. All right, I think I answered the question. Mr. Sinister is saying, Nana, you realize that Keys is Pop's best friend. Okay. Is he from Chicago too? Is he from Chicago? Let me know. Somebody says, I want to see hyenas at the airport, but no snakes on a plane. I don't think you're going to have snakes on a plane. Hyenas don't like to. Salute to Kenyan Dispatch News. Kobe, we are ready for them. Actually, we might start our investigation at Mombasa Airport. It's time we end these things once and for all. Okay, I know Kenyan Dispatch News is back in Nairobi. So we're going to be on phone tomorrow. I know Kenyan Dispatch News is over there. This guy is in Nairobi. So we might want to just do a wellness check, okay? I want Kenyan police to do a wellness check on our boy Keys this week just to see if he's okay. All right. If you know, you know. We want to see if our boy is okay. So we're gonna work on that. I can't say a lot of this on YouTube. You guys know I'm getting ahead of myself. I can't say a whole lot of this on YouTube, man. uh Sheku is saying this is so wrong to put the girl on a live stream like that. Yep. Why can't they just enjoy the moment in peace without recording it like that? Well, that is because, brother, they have to monetize this, and the girl on stream or the girl in thumbnails is how they make money. So even when we are saying please don't do that, they still have to do it. Or if not, they'll put it behind a paywall so that they can attract more donors. Okay, there's a group of men in America that are not getting any action, which beats my mind because women here really give it up. I mean, I'm not single. I'm a married dude. I was gonna say I'm a single dude. I'm a married dude. But sometimes I go to like an HEB, and you can tell that, if I really, really go back to my 20s, I can get some action. So it's not that hard, right? It's not that hard. You just have to know what you're doing, be in the right places, be in the right environment, have the right connections, come in the right contact. And there's a lot of women out here that will, give you a shot. They'll give you a shot, right? Because it's boring here. It's lonely. Right? It's lonely. It's boring. So these men are just not trying. I think that's what it is. They're not really trying like that. If they try, they're going to have some options. There's a lot of options in America. I mean, bro, getting out in America is not too hard at all. I don't even know why these people are traveling. If there's one place where booty clapping is all over the damn place, it's America. But if you want quality, you have to step up your game a little bit. In Nairobi, you really don't have to step up your game, especially for the type of women that these guys are going for, right? You don't have to step up your game for that. You just have to be American. You just have to have an American passport. If you have an American passport, you're going to get women like that. But I agree with you. It's really sad that women like that are being shown. But they're doing it because they have to monetize, they have to make money, right? And that's sad. It sucks. And that's what we're fighting. Salute to you, Sub-Saharan American legend. And it's not okay golf, man. You need to put some caps on some of the separations so I can read it right. It says, I net out on Google Earth a lot. There's actually a lot of modern urban society in Africa. A person wouldn't know where they were. Yeah. There's, especially like in my Zambia, like my brother-in-law, he works in the co-working space. They have very fast internet, very good coffee store, like coffee shops, like modern coffee shops, like you see here in Frisco. Like some of the best coffee shops that have nice organic coffee from Ethiopia or Kenya. People chilling out there with their laptops working. Europeans from all over Europe and Asians and Americans. Everybody's out there having a good time. Africa is really doing well. Can be better. But the cities have really, really advanced, My biggest problem right now with Africa is sanitation. If we can figure out a way to clean up the place, treat waste better, we can be a force to reckon with, right? We're growing. It's much slower, but we're growing. We're getting a lot of expertise from the diaspora, returning, collaborations, the internet, technology. It's out there. I mean, there's 81 in the house, but there's about 30 of you that are watching me from Africa right now. I mean, there are 30 people or more that are watching us from Africa right now on this same live stream. They're not all in the US. This is why I like my late night stream, because it's early morning in Africa and my friends over there can tune in. So they have good internet, good connectivity, good access to information. All you need is information to turn it around. And Africa It's receiving the publicity and the information that it needs. The only problem we're having right now is the diaspora wars. If we can get these guys to slow down on the hate, I think we can get somewhere. But unfortunately, I went on TikTok today and I was so disappointed. I was like, man, we got like 300 to 500,000 blacks to educate. And it's going to take generations to get there. And that is really sad, right? It's really sad. Because sometimes I really don't want to participate in this. But we have to debunk it. We have to put out the right information. Because there are people that really believe this shit, man. There are people that believe that there were black people in America before the transatlantic slave trade. That's where we are right now. Okay? That's where our craziness has got into. Our craziness has got into a point where we now believe that there were continental Africans in the Americas before Colombia showed up. Okay? I was like, so why didn't he enslave those and breed those, like overbreed those, instead of going across these treacherous seas and Atlantic to get slaves from Sub-Saharan Africa? If the slaves were already here, they would have just farmed them and have them make more babies. Right? It doesn't make sense at all. Like, why did they have to spend all this money with these expeditions and deaths and face this resistance? Because contrary to what you believe, the Africans really fought. They fought back. A lot of them fought the colonialists, right? So why would they have to go to war if the blacks were already here and they seen them as inferior and they could just put them in farms like they do with animals, right? Because that's how they treated slaves. They treated them like animals. Why wouldn't they take those group of people and then overbreed them? Have the women have sex with 10 people every week till they get pregnant. They have a baby. In those days, 16, 17, by 18 years old, boom, you go have a baby again, right? And just churn it around and outgrow that population. I think that would have been so much better and so much faster than going over there, facing resistance, fighting people, and even like designing the expedition to sail south, which is easy because the waves are going to move south. But then to sail north, they had to develop technologies to be able to get people to go the opposite direction. If you know how the sea, like fluid dynamics work, right? Is that what they call it? Fluid dynamics, physics. The ocean is flowing south, so to go north, you need more force. And they had to design technologies to be able to get to the other side. So why did the Europeans do that if black people were already here? They could have just overpopulated the blacks that were here, forced them into just having a bunch of babies and multiplying faster, and use them as slaves as opposed to bring people here. That's not what happened. But this is where we are at right now. And that's sad, man.
You gotta hurry up though. Yeah. How much? How much? Yes.
Okay, so that's from him. His audio is out. All right, so that was the airport. Let's go ahead and see the other video.
My connection. We just got a new SIM card, the new phone, so I wanted to see how we working, what we looking like, what we sound like. Yeah. Trying to see how we working. It's kind of like a test. We just touched down. We've been here last We've been here less than 24 hours, obviously.
And Kenya, you guys are doing good. You even have buses, you have cars. I thought I was gonna see a bunch of donkeys, some giraffes on the road, some elephants, people riding elephants, uh, some potholes, no roads. I mean, when you hear O'Shea make videos, it make it sound like the Africa that I'm like, am I African? Because if this dude is saying all these things and I'm African and I don't know, that means I don't know a whole lot of shit about my people, right? And I do 2 to 3 trips a year to Africa. So I'm like, when I travel, am I living a bias? Am I not seeing right what is going on over here, right? And I'm not the type of dude that just travels to one country in Africa. I've done 11 countries in Africa right now, right? And most of them multiple times. I go a few times. So I'm like, is there something there that I don't see that O'Shea sees? Because I'm like, hey, I'm expecting to see that the ride from the airport to Kilimani is supposed to be a bunch of potholes, flooding, donkeys, elephants walking the road, people begging, some hunger on the streets. And whenever they make these live streams, I don't see that.
Figure things out, trying to figure out what we gonna do. Yeah. Let's test some shit out. All right, okay. Let me see. Connection decent. She decent. Let me test out my phone. Unexpected. Like I said, I didn't know. Like I said, I was just giving information. Like, oh, you're just talking shit. I'm landing on this day, whatever. But I guess there ain't many flights either where they can kind of pinpoint the time. So yeah. So the girl waited out there. The girl picked me up. Waited out there for an hour or so. You know what I mean? She was there 30 minutes before my plane even landed. But she was cool. You know what I mean? She was cool, and that was cool. Hello, Jim. This is unacceptable. Jim, what did you just say, dude? Jim said the quality ad.
So what is wrong with FBA women? Like they don't like FBA women. I mean, they have good perfumes. According to Cameron, they smell good. They do nice lace. They got a hairline game. They wear nice jewelry. They're in the first world, so they wear new clothes. So what is wrong with FBA women? Like, why do you have to go 7,000 miles to the Africans to meet a girl? Like, I'm trying to understand this. Like, where am I crazy? Where is the disconnect? Like, every community, every country, you're born with women, and most of the times the women outnumber the men. So there's more women than men. And 70% of black women in this country are not married. So you do have options when it comes to picking a mate. So why do you have to travel that far to the other side of the globe, especially a place where you have no ancestry to, just to meet a girl? I mean, if you have to go that far, why don't you just go to the DR? It's legal in the DR. Colombia is legal. It's much closer, 5 hours, 4 hours, 2 hours from Miami. You're in Latin America. Mexico City, South America. Find big booty Latinas. You got options in the hemisphere. Why do you have to go that far? But you also have women of your community, like the women that gave birth to you, the women that is of your culture. Your culture is popping. Your culture is great. So why do you have to leave? This is what I don't understand. You know, I give your superiority to you. Great job. You guys are great. You're fabulous. You're awesome. But an awesome community stays with their own people. You know, the Kenyan men that come to the Americas, very rarely you see a Kenyan man marry an FBA woman. They'll do it if they need papers, right? If they're struggling they want to be legal. But it will never be a preference. Even Becky, they have to kind of, with Becky, it's tricky, right? It's tricky with Becky. So you don't see a lot of that. Most of the times they'll go for Kenya or they'll go for other Africans, right? Just stay within the continent. So why do you have to leave a popping culture to go to sub-Saharan Africa to do this? I don't understand it, man. Like, and you're not gonna move there, you're not gonna stay there, you're not gonna invest there. So what is the point in doing that? I've really struggled to understand this. Like, this is one of the hardest things for me to grasp. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense at all. Because you do have women here, big booty, right? Twerking, big booty, good hip hop music, thick boobs, thick lips, all the sexiness. You got them over here, and even if you want to trick for 100, you might trick for 100. It's not that hard, right? Like, you don't really need to fundraise a couple $1,000s to go to Nairobi, Kenya to do this bullshit. And I think this year we really need to crack down on this. Like, we've given them enough time to play around. And this started with O'Shea Duke Jackson and Austin Holloman. They invited these guys. They put Kenya on the map. And these black dudes are determined to turn Kenya into the Africa Colombia. If Kenyan men don't really act ruthless in stopping this, like, you got to make an example out of one person. If you don't act ruthless in resolving this, in the next 3 or 4 years, people are going to see Kenya as the next Thailand, or the Thailand of Africa. They used to do that with Mombasa. Now they're slowly pulling it into Nairobi. I mean, Mombasa is a different crowd, right? It's old white men, crazies, pedos. And now Nairobi has become center stage. And I think they'll come around. I mean, I get enough. I have more Kenyan subs than I do Ghanaians. So I know that eventually Kenyans will come around, right? They will, if we are able to frustrate Austin Holloman, everybody's on the chopping board, right? Because Austin is a much popular person in Kenya than in the streets with keys. So if we've been able to frustrate Austin, I think we can frustrate Keys on this trip, because so far in these 2 videos that he's shown me, he's not any better. I'm very disappointed. I wanted to cut him some slack because I thought he was going to be a cool dude. I thought he was going to be a cool dude, but it doesn't look like he's a cool dude. So I think in the street with Keys, we may have to make this trip to Kenya a little bit difficult for you, okay? It won't be harmful. You're not going to get hurt, but it's just going to be a little bit difficult because we're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to report it. We're going to keep an eye on your movements and how you do things. As long as the camera is on, our eyes will be on, and our agents on the ground will get to work, I think upcoming next week, I'm going to start doing some Western Unions to Nairobi, Kenya to support the movement. I'm going to put up some cash to support the movement. And I don't know what direction it's going to go. But all I know is this, friends, we have to resolve this problem. This is a cancer. These people are terrorists, okay? You have to liken these people to terrorists. Osama bin Laden. Black Osama bin Ladens. In Kenya, to terrorize the culture, to denigrate the culture, to destroy the foundation of Kenyan society, which is their women, marriage. Because all these women that you're putting on camera, no Kenyan man is going to marry them. You guys don't know about the culture in Africa? When you put these women on camera, they are done for. Nobody will marry them unless you guys go back and marry them. Soon as they have a video with you, there is no marriage. An African man is not going to pay dowry for these women. So they are risking a lot to be with you guys. So it's in your best interest, na papata, I'm begging you, it's in your best interest to keep your private life private. But if you decide to make your private life public, me and you, we're going to have a problem. Okay, brother? Me and you, we're going to have a problem. So again, I'm being very, very nice by saying that do not monetize of these vulnerable women. Don't do it. These guys did a video. They're not playing, man. Okay, so we know you're in Kilimani. We're gonna try and geolocate you much closer. Once you start doing your live streams, we're gonna figure out where you're walking, where you're at, you know, and we're gonna ask you a few questions on the ground. That's all I'm saying. All right, that's all I'm saying. Let me take your comments. You said, I heard Starlink is big in Kenya. Starlink is good for download, not so great for upload. So most people in Kenya use Safaricom, which is very fast. It's broadband, so it's actually fast. 100 up, 100 down. 100 up, 100 down. Justin Humble says, I have hella African homies. Yeah, that's some good. You know, like I said, it's not everybody. It's not everybody. It's not everybody. It's not everybody. There's some good black folks, man. I have a friend Rob on the main channel. I used to work with him at Palmco. Great guy, man. He slept in my house before. Okay. So contrary to what these idiots are saying, I'm not a xenophobe. I've had a black American sleep in my house before. Okay. That says a lot about me. Sleeps a whole day in my house. All right. So I'm not what they're trying to say that I am. I'm just calling out the bullshit. And sometimes they just don't like that I call out the bullshit. Yes, I'm a little bit arrogant. It comes with the territory, man. But, it is what it is. But like I said, I don't hate y'all. I don't. I really don't. I'm just calling out the bullshit. Like what this dude is doing over there. I think that's bullshit. Kenyan Dispatch News. Yeah. Kenyan Dispatch. Man, you keep changing your channel. I kept looking for you today. It says, Nana, speak less. Let the government do its work this time around. And they will tell us on their YouTube channel later on in another country. All right, good. Okay, I trust your ground game, man. I trust your ground game. I have some friends in a place called, there's a big Ghanaian community in Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester, Massachusetts. Somebody is talking about apartheid. No, apartheid was only in South Africa because those were the weakest Africans. Okay. Apartheid was only in South Africa because they were the weakest Africans. Most African nations got independence before your civil rights. That's what you don't know. We were independent before your civil rights. Ghana was 1957. This is a fact. You can fact check it. Ghana gained independence in 1957. Our independence movement started in 1951. 6 years later, we gained independence. Soon as we gained independence, 3 years later, by 1960, most West African nations and East Africa became independent. 1964 is a big chunk of, out of 54 countries, I think about 35 to 40 were already independent by 1964. Okay, so it's not a chain of events that started in North America. It's actually from the ground up. The Africans were already going to Britain asking to be independent. These are facts. I'm not doing FBA content today. You can Google this. It's very simple. When did Ghana gain independence? It'll tell you. The Big Six submitted a petition to British Parliament in 1956. It was approved in 1957. We became independent. There was no British presence in Accra by 6th March 1957. That was Ghana's independence. All right. So I think I've answered that. I speak clearer English than a guy. I try, man. I try. But this is mostly my Ghanaian accent. I haven't really changed a lot. I speak just the way I spoke before I came to the US. Because I only came here for grad school. For the most part, I lived in Sub-Saharan Africa. I went to school in Sub-Saharan Africa. most Ghanaians sound like me, right? You can tell that I'm Ghanaian. It's not too different. I may pronounce a few words differently after living here for a while, but for the most part, the way I put together my sentences is very much Ghanaian. This is the English that you hear if you go to Ghana, some parts of Nigeria, the Gambia, where else? Most of West Africa would sound pretty much like this. Totayo is in the house. Salute to you, Totayo. Salute to you, Totayo. Salute. KF said they still go to the DR. Jada is saying the community has voted for midweek lives for KF, right? Yeah, KF, you need to go live a little bit more. I did enjoy that live. I had it in my ear, but I had to work, man. It was like, it went late. It went really, because you're Pacific time. So I think your time zone really put us over the limit a little bit. But I enjoyed the late nights. I'm starting to lean more towards this type of hours for streaming because I get most of my audience is in Africa. So I get my African audience early in the morning to listen to us, which is why I thought this is a good time. And they are so dedicated. They usually would watch the replay. I see it in the analytics. They'll watch the replay, but they miss out on the engagement. And I want to put it to where we get like a mix, like kind of a mix it up a little bit so that they have a chance to be in the comment section, so they can also exchange, with you guys that are. Chang is saying, Nana, please correct me if I'm wrong, but you sound like you have a prejudice against Black American men and women. I hear a lot of negativity. I would love to get your perspective one day. Yeah, send me an email. I can talk to you in person. Right? I think that's the best way to break it down. So what I do is, like, I usually go on what I call FBA panels. I don't attend those panels, but I go on diaspora war leaning content, and I take out the things they say about us, and I provide a rebuttal to it. But for me to do a rebuttal, right, I come across like I'm critical of the Black community because I have to use Black statistics to do that rebuttal. This is where they get us. Like, this is where they've put Africans and Caribbean people in the corner, because the few guys that are doing this FBA content, they know that we are handicapped. We can't speak against the Black community in general, right? We cannot do that because it's going to offend everybody. So they take that as a way to hedge against the things they say about us. And in the past, I really struggled to do that because it's like, I can't really separate these guys, and they're going to keep going, and there's nobody to kind of provide a rebuttal to what they say. So a lot of my commentary will sometimes come across as a little bit more offensive to the general Black population, but you have to, if you're somebody that really listens to us, you have to know that this is targeted towards the fanatics of Tariq Nasheed. So if you're not hashtag FBA, Tariq Nasheed, O'Shea Duke Jackson, then most of the times I'm not really speaking against you. I'm speaking specifically against those guys. But for algorithm's sake, if I make my video titles, FBA man says this, YouTube is not going to push it because YouTube doesn't know what FBA is. So my titles will say Black American man said this. But in my head and within my audience, I don't mean all Black Americans. I just have to use Black America for the algorithm to send it out, right? But if you actually watch the video, it'll specifically target an individual like an O'Shea, Tariq Nasheed, Austin Holloman, or a particular individual that I'm addressing, or it'll be a response to a video that has said something negative about my people. It's just designed to push back, right? And then on women, I think I have more problem with men than I do with women. I think Black American women, for the most part, you can work with them. I've had very good experiences with the women. I haven't had that with the men. Okay? And I think where I fell off with a lot of the men is the way they received red pill content. I think red pill content destroyed a lot of men. So whenever I get into online debates, a lot of the guys that I talk to have come from that red pill ideology. They use words like simp, all those. They're often not interested in getting married. They don't look at relationships the way I do. So I'm always at opposing views with them. And I hate that they also influence other men to make the same decisions that have ruined them, right? I'm a guy that is more, I'm pro family, right? So if you're a black guy that you're interested in family, pro family, you like to go to work, you work hard, you pay your taxes, you live a more law abiding life, I can get along with you. But if you're not that type of a black person, you're gonna be at the receiving end of my commentary, right? Which is usually what I get to. But like I said, I don't hate black people. It's stupid for people to even think that I hate black people. I don't. But I do say this. I think that Africans and Caribbean people and Black Americans, especially if you are coming from a developing country, a third world country, we have a lot of things in common. So the Caribbean guys, a lot of Black people in Europe and Africa and Latin America, it's easier for us to get along because our systems are similar. It's hard for us to get along with Black South Africans and Black Americans. It could be a white proximity effect. I don't know. But I think for some reason, it's very, very difficult. It's difficult culturally. So I am of the viewpoint that it's safe and better for both communities to be completely separate and build relationships at an individual level. So you can have an African friend because you know him, you vetted him, and you have something in common. But you don't have to be kumbaya with all Africans. Treat people individually the way they treat you or if they align with you. And that is my relationship with the Black community. I have Black friends. Some of you have my phone numbers. I talk to you, right? And I've never had any animosity towards you because I respect you and we have a lot of things in common and we have some interests and we work towards something together. And then there's a general group that are gang banging, kicking up the stereotype, doing all the bullshit, making Black people look bad globally. Those I don't like. Okay? Those I don't like. And they usually will be a headline here because I don't like how they live. I don't like what they're doing. I don't like the destructive tendencies. Those people I don't like. And I don't think every Black person is those people, right? But like I said, it doesn't matter how many times I explain this, there's still gonna be people on the sidelines that are gonna say, "Oh, yes, dude, I don't have any hate in me. I don't hate anybody." Right? What is hate gonna give me? Hate doesn't make you money, right? Hate is not gonna make me any richer. But I will call out people's bullshit, right? And I think I went on a little bit of a ramble there. Let's watch a little bit of Keys and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes, man. Hold on 1 second. Let's see real quick. Let's speedify this up. Give me 2 seconds. Don't work the way it's supposed to. So yeah, that's where we at right now. That's where we at right now. Damn, this motherfucker is choppy as hell too. I'm looking at it on my phone. It's not the best, but you good, Keys. Like I said, we trying to figure it out. Like I said, first day landed. We got some other options. I went and looked at a router setup that I can carry in a backpack. But this motherfucker is huge to carry that shit around in the backpack. So testing it out, trying to see what we gonna do. And we under kind of bridges too, so to go on a dinner date. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. I'm about to send some messages out and see who's trying to come out. Jen, hell no, we can't do Nairobi Street Kitchen again. I promised the fellas that we weren't doing that the whole trip. As much as I wanted to go there because I miss it. Nah, we gotta go somewhere else. Bring Lotto back, man. Balcony Live with Lotto friend. Choose violence, find that chick Rello was calling and stun on him. What we doing? Do you think that I want to go in behind Rello? It's crazy. Anything but bowling, balcony live with Lotto friend. Sound like you need to book the conversation. One from last night was decent. Yeah, she was cool. How long did it take you to get rid of her? Not long.
I see Pab is in the chat. So where's Pab going next? Is he also going to Nairobi, Kenya? Let me know in the chat. I'm a little bit behind on your comments. I'm gonna get it. Let me see. I think I missed a super chat, man. That's so wrong of me. Let me grab it. I did miss somebody's super chat. I know it played. The music will play, but I did miss somebody's super chat. That's so wrong of me, man. That is so wrong of me. I did miss somebody's super. Damn. That's so long ago. Whoever did, thank you for that super chat. I did miss somebody's super chat. It always will shout you out. It's like a white man. No, I'm not, man. I'm not really race conscious like that. I just believe in, I was reading this comment. I just believe in people acting right. That's all it is, man. I just believe in people acting right. I'm not white. I don't have proximity to whiteness. I don't hail white people. I don't look at life in the lens of race. Okay? I love all humans the same. White, black, Asian. I don't give a damn about your skin color. Good for me, it's always good versus bad. I'm not race first, okay? I'm not race first. I'm more human first. If you do the right thing, I will rock with you. But I like my Africans, and I like Haitians and Caribbean people, man. And that is because I traveled there and I had a good time. I haven't been to Haiti yet, but this year I will go to Haiti. But I've worked with Haitians and I like my experience with the Haitians, man. They've been good to me. So this is why I come on here and I always speak highly and nicely of the Haitians, I really do. I did miss somebody's super chat. So if you were the one that did send a super chat, please let me know in the chat so that I can shout you out, man. I really do apologize, but I did see it. I know it played. When this video posts, I'll see it in the replay and then I'll tag the minute mark and thank you for it. But I do thank you. It's not, I'm not looking at the dollar amount to make that decision. It's just that I went on the ramble and when I came back, I was like, where is it? It's not in my chat window. And if it's not in the chat window on OBS, I just won't see it. But I do remember that somebody did send a super chat. So thank you very much.
Not as long as I would expect, maybe. I would too. Connection decent. Yeah, damn. I didn't realize the whole route back was fucking basically under a bridge. A bunch of stuff from Amazon got returned because I didn't pick it up in time. Yeah, it was like, yeah, one because I was intentionally trying to give you the camera for sure. Like I said, I definitely could have used the rest of the money with that, because I spent it on equipment anyway. I was going to trade the camera for the lens, and then I ended up buying the lens anyway. So it ain't really do me no service anyway. He said, don't say no name. Yeah, 100%. I was going to tell y'all the name of the restaurant that I was thinking about going to, but I just remembered, shit, Austin got kicked out of the restaurant. You know what I mean? They kicked me out of the restaurant. I'm not paying. My meal is not complete.
They kick you out of a restaurant in Nairobi, you're not going to pay. You sure you want to do that, buddy? But I think he's aware. This is why he doesn't want to put out the restaurants where he's going to. That means he's been watching Austin Holloman. He's been following the news. He knows what is going on. These guys are all on the same time. I was trying to cut him some slack. I thought he was going to be different, but it doesn't feel like he's going to be different. They are all on the same software. They think the same. They act the same. They don't want to grow up. I mean, you got a dude that is probably almost 40 looking up to a 25-year-old and acting the same way that 25-year-old acts. That is not pretty. We got to really put a stop to this. This is not pretty, man. I'm not over here filming your women, having encounters with your women, even if I did, I never have. I've never messed with a Black American woman in 20 years. I haven't done that. But even if I did, it wouldn't be on camera. It wouldn't be out there like that, And it's nothing against. It's not that I had something against them as to why I didn't. I just like my own, right? And it's perfectly fine, right? It's perfectly fine to like your own, And I think these people should also like their own. And if you don't want to like your own and you want to go to other people's countries, at least go with a little bit of etiquette. Respect the locals. Do the things right. If you don't want to do things right, then I think you're just playing games. You're playing games. Some probably saying, yeah, she's trying to get pregnant. Yeah, You're playing games, you're not taking life seriously. And sometimes when you live like that, don't blame us when things go south, right? You had options. You really have options to act right, turn off the camera, do whatever you're doing there. Don't shame these women. Don't monetize off of the backs of these women. This is sex tourism on full display. This is not tourism. This is not travel. This is sex tourism. This is somebody that has traveled to Kenya with the intent of exploiting women sexually. You know, and in my mind, the men that move like this are criminals. And I don't care how criminals are treated. Okay. So at least he's aware of it. He knows how to move. He doesn't want to go into places and get kicked out. But Keys, I'm letting you know right now, if you get kicked out of a restaurant in Nairobi, you will pay. Okay. Let's test it out. Put out the restaurant you're going to next. Let's see if we can get them to kick you out. And on camera, do not pay. Let's see what happens to you. Put it to test. I dare you.
My meal is not complete, my boy. Well, you on track no matter what setup you had. Your Wi-Fi was
Exactly, Akinye. I like this comment. She says, and the worst is when the woman thinks there's a genuine chance of a great relationship only to end up on the internet. Exactly, because a lot of them actually think that it's a great relationship. They like these men. They want to entertain you. They want to take care of you. You know, they're trying to show you the way, take care of you, only to find out that they're just being monetized. You know, internet, they're being used. You know, I mean, I understand we are men. Not every woman we dated became a wife. You know, so I get that point. But we didn't monetize those women. We didn't make money off of those women. It was just relationships that didn't work out. What these guys are doing is very dangerous. It's disrespectful. It's dehumanizing in my book, right? And the something has to give at some point. You know, like I said, something definitely has to give. We can do the advocacy. We can talk about this, but it's up to them to change their ways. I don't think they'll change their ways until we get to do drastic things like Colombia does, like sending them back home when they arrive. Some of the women maybe scoping and robbing, right? Like they do in Colombia. When that starts to happen, that's when they will back off. This is what I'm saying. Like, this behavior fuels an underground criminal activity. Because once the men see that you're not listening, you keep coming in there and doing the same things, they're going to find a way to monetize off of your back. And when that happens, you can blame us for it. You know, like, I mean, what are we going to do? You gave us no options. You really didn't give us any options. So chances are, what if a woman is okay with being on camera? Is that okay? Well, they don't know that they are being monetized. So being on camera is different from being monetized. Okay. I can go and take a video. Let me, I'll use my wife for an example. If she's not married to me, I meet her at the bar, we're dancing, we take a video or a picture. I post it on Facebook or Instagram. It's not monetized. It's just a picture of a night out with a girl. That's different. These guys do fundraisers to travel. In return for that travel, they have to show pictures and videos to the fan base that funded that trip. That is monetized. That's a business. That's monetizing off of these women. And that is not cool. That is not okay. So that is the difference. I hope I answered your question. What Salah is saying, the same way, where did the comment go? Somebody pushed you up. The same way they have ruined their communities and women is what will happen to Kenya if we don't take action. That's exactly what I'm saying. See, the women of the West, the Black American woman, didn't get to become a woman with multiple kids by different men. loud and obnoxious, those characteristics that we assign to those women is a result of how they were treated by the men. Because the women didn't make those babies by themselves, right? In Africa, you have a child with the one man, your chances of getting married is very slim. So another man is just not going to come there and take you and add on a second child. So that chain just drops. Unless the guy is really coming to marry you and accepting of that one child that you already have. Over here in the West, you can be pregnant and have a new boyfriend. I've seen it before. There are black men in America that would date women that are pregnant and have sex with them, even though they found them pregnant. As soon as they're done having a baby, they will even have more babies with the same woman. I've seen multiple of those stories. And that is not okay for us culturally in Africa. We don't accept that, right? So this is what these guys need to understand. Like, we understand that they've destroyed their relationships, their women, their community here in terms of the dating dynamics. And they fled because they don't want to fix what they've broken. And now they're coming into our communities to break what we have built because our women are a reflection of us. So they're coming in there to break what we've built. And we are saying, no, bullshit. We're just not going to allow that to happen. And some of them may not like it, but it is what it is. We got a few more minutes here and then we'll close out.
Switch between different Wi-Fi access points, which can barely interrupt a slow connection. Yeah, for sure. Around through the city, quality better now. Keys have Lotto cook you a home cooked meal. Who won the million tonight, G? She decent. I'll tell you one thing. That love bombing shit, saying the right stuff is good and bad at the same time. I promise you that. Let's see. Yeah, no, that was true. I only really know about two, but one did seem to be on the way. But I'm happy we got to that situation. Like I said, I didn't think nobody was gonna get up at midnight to even worry about me. You know what I mean? Worrying about me getting home and all that. It's midnight. Like I wasn't expecting nobody to come to the joint. Especially not two of them. This was started. They take it to heart with nah for sure. I just heard we got in the car, but the one who dropped me off, man, dude, we might have to go to that backpack setup for sure. Should I make this her trip? That's funny. Yeah, the weekend is non-negotiable for sure. For sure. Shawty, I'm about to go to the crib, try to recalibrate, figure out what I can do, where I can go, where I can have dinner. He said, yeah, it's choppy. Choppy screwy Texas edition. All right, let me try one more thing. I'm gonna go ahead and end this joint right here, and I'm gonna try one more thing. Give me a second.
Okay, so that is the video from Keys. We're gonna go look at the channel to see if there's any ones on membership. I think a lot of the action happens on Patreon. Yeah, this guy's not trying to be a YouTuber, man. He's not even posted a long form video in 6 months. Yeah, he's not interested in doing YouTube. Live streams. Okay, so I guess he's down to live streams. A few of them members only. Fundraisers, right? Kenyan countdown. Okay, 8 days. All right. Okay, so I think we have an overview of what is going on here. We're gonna keep an eye on this. I don't know what is happening on Patreon. What is the other link? Okay, so it's Patreon and Cash App. Okay, Patreon and Cash Apps. Yeah. All right. We're gonna keep an eye on this guy. and see how he moves. And we'll get our guys on the ground to do some groundwork. I'll take your last comments and we'll wrap this up. I see the future next to Kenya. I don't think he'll make it. He could barely get home from Thailand. Future is struggling to get home from Thailand. If Future goes to Kenya, I think I'll go to Kenya too. That one is not going to happen. It's definitely not going to happen. Okay. We're going to have to do something about the visas, because I think the electronic visas is why we're getting all this junk to come over there. So we got to figure out the visas. Anyway, on that note, let's see. I had some issues with my audio source today, but I guess we're going to wrap it up. Let me see. I'll take your last few comments. Let them come in so I take them fast. Hopefully you don't send people after keys. That would be heartless. No, I won't do that. I'll never do that. No. I'll never do that. Even if that happens, it is just it'll be talk to him to act right, or it'll be one of those things like Austin Holloman where he gets kicked out of a restaurant, right? But no, we don't harm people here. I want to make this clear, okay? We don't condone any type of violence on this platform. We can have opposing views. We can hate what they do. We don't like that they're doing that. We're only here to vent our frustrations with what they're doing, but we don't wish harm on anybody. He's a human being. He's a black person. The last thing I want is for anything physical to happen to him. That's not what we're saying. But they also need to take warnings seriously when it comes to Africa. When Africans say don't do something, just don't do it. Do not test them. Because once you test them and something happens, I don't want to take the blame for it because you actually tested them. You really have to take these people seriously. This notion that these Africans are timid and East Africans are timid. Have you seen protests in Nairobi and the Nairobi youth? These people don't understand this. They really need to take this thing seriously. Jeda is saying, O'Shea really does want NYC in Kenya. I think he would take care of him. I don't know, man.
Thanks for the
O'Shea
tip.
has to probably go back to Uganda. He has to go back to. Salute to you, the social loner. Thanks for that support, man. I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing well. So, like I said, I want to reiterate this because a lot of people take my commentary and they lie about it. I don't want anything to happen to Keys. All right, I don't want him to be harmed. I don't want him to be hit. But all I'm asking of him is to respect the people and to respect what the guys are saying. That's all we're saying, right? Respect the people, respect what the guys are saying. The guys don't like the women being monetized, so if he can take off the cameras and enjoy his vacation and do what he needs to do, we got no problems, right? But if you go over there and monetize this and make Kenya into the next sex hub like a Thailand, then you can get into a little bit of problem, okay? I thought you heard you say the ladies need to scope and rob. Well, they need to learn how to do it, okay? Scope and rob is not killing. That's not bad, right? Scope and rob is not bad, right? I mean, dudes get scoped in Colombia and they still go anyway, right? Scope and rob is to just, you lose some assets, right? You lose some things. You sleep longer than you're supposed to. And then when you wake up, you lose your shit. And then you run away from the country and you never go back, right? So this is what scope and rob means, right? It's just a way to it's a way to caution you not to do nonsense, right? That's what it is. Truth only saying, why don't you live in Africa now? I've lived in the US for the last 20 years. I'm an American citizen. I bought a house here. I've bought 3 homes in America. So I'm American. I'm a Ghanaian American. I go to Africa. I do about 3 trips a year. Typically, mostly I go to Zambia because my wife is Zambian. And then I also go to Ghana where I'm born and raised. So I'm very much connected to the continent. I'm I champion African causes. I'm an advocate for Africa. I like for people to visit us the same way I visited here, but I'm not over here doing bullshit, right? I'm not over here being a menace to society, and that's all I expect of these people when they go to us. When you go to us, I want you to behave yourself. I want you to act right. Okay, this monetization of these women promoting the sexualized, hypersexualized content, it's a problem. Okay, it's a problem. That's what we don't like. No, I decide to live where I want to live. Like I said, I'm an American citizen, so I can decide to live where I want to live. Right now, I'm living in the US, and mostly because my wife she works in office. She doesn't work remotely like I do. I work remotely. So if my wife didn't have to work in office, I think we would have been in Africa like 5 years ago. We planned to go right about COVID is when we're trying to go, but because I mean, I'll save a whole lot of money if I go to Africa right now. You know, my living expenses, I have a house in Zambia, I have a house in Ghana. My living expenses in both countries is under $500 a month. So I'll save a whole lot of money if I go home, right? But I can't go right now because my wife is not ready. And when you're in a marriage, you just can't say, let's go. Right? I got to figure it out. And that's something that is, it's kind of personal. I can't really share it, but this is kind of a thing of conflict. And like I said, I have a lot of respect for my wife, so I have to work with her time. But for me personally, I would love to live in Africa right now. At this particular juncture, I'd love to live in Africa. I would save over $200,000 a year if I move back home. That's how much money I would save. Over $200,000 a year if I just go home, right? And my quality of life is not gonna change. Actually, I'll have a lot more space because I have 600 hectares of land. Okay, some of you have followed me longer, so you've seen it, right? I have 600 hectares of land, right? Right, 600 hectares of land. So that's a lot of land. I think I'll show it tomorrow because I don't have it. I don't think I have it on this computer. But yeah, I have 600 of hectares of prime land in my name. It's worth multiple $1 million. So of course, I mean, I can't even walk my whole property. It's too big. So of course, I would love to be home so I can enjoy it. I have somebody living there enjoying my property, and I can't even enjoy it. You know, on my land, I have antelopes, kudus walking naturally, zebras. You know? So, but yeah, that's the thing. I've been married. We're going on 12 years right now. Going on 12 years. I have a 9-year-old and then I have a 3-year-old. They are both born in December. So by December 23rd, my daughter will be 4. My son, December 31st, will be 10 years old, right? So this is why I have to work with the wife. Those are the dynamics. If she can figure out a way, she's a hybrid. She works hybrid. She goes in 3 days a week. But I've been full remote for close to 7 years. So like for me, like I don't have to live in America because I work remotely, right? And my corporate office is in Japan, so I could go work in Asia and live in the Asian office. But Tokyo is more expensive than Dallas. That's why I choose to be in the Dallas office because the Dallas office is it's much cheaper than Tokyo. So I have a different set of like my situation is a lot different from most people, right? So I can just take my laptop. I work remotely. I actually have I have one of these, right? I don't know if it's on frame. It's like a portable desktop. So I take a portable screen, I take that in my laptop and I go and work in Latin America and work, I can work anywhere in the world. I have the best job, bro. I can work anywhere in the world that I want, as I please, and make the same multi-6-figure salary. My 2 contract jobs are also remote. I do contract jobs on the side. I help companies migrate to SAP on contract on the side. And those 2 contract jobs that I do, they run usually 6 to 18 months. Those 2 contract jobs in Africa would just literally, I would just kill it over there, bro. Yeah, I work for the US branch. I don't want to put it out there because I have doxes, right? So I work for a US branch but our headquarters is in Japan. Yeah. So my payroll, my paychecks come from Japan because I work in pharmaceutical. So most of our pharmaceutical, our manufacturing things are in Japan. In the US, I work on the IT side of it. I work on the distribution of those therapeutics in America and Canada, actually. So yeah, I got the job for being in America, but for the last 7 years, I don't have to be in America. Like I'm only here really because of marriage. This is what has kept me here. I'm really here because of marriage, because my wife is not ready. If my wife is really on game, I would be in Zambia. I love it over there, man. I really love it. If you come visit me in Zambia, set it up, man. I'll invite you. You come visit me in Zambia. I built 6 chalets, 6 mud huts, right? Of thatched houses that are very cool and nice on 600 hectares of land with a stream, a swimming pool. I got all of it, man. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful out there. Nature. I left all my trees up so you can see all the trees, And it's organic food. We don't eat all this bullshit. Everything is there. We plant trees every year, man. I planted 1,000 pine trees last year, right? So it's very green, refreshing, very good living. So yeah, I definitely would love to go back to Zambia whenever my wife is ready. Like this thing is too expensive, man. It costs me so much money to live here. It's crazy. So yeah, I would sell up and leave, man, and go live on the cheap. Like I said, go living in a place I don't have to pay for electricity. I have solar. I don't have to pay for water because I have a borehole, and then I don't have to pay rent. If you eliminate these 3 things, that saves me $7,000 a month. That's a lot of money. So, contrary to what people think, like, yeah, for some immigrants, it makes sense to live in America. But for me, right now, it's not really making a whole lot of sense for me to live here because it's too expensive. I'm only paying the premium because my wife is not ready to leave. But she'll come around. I'm working on it. Soon as she says, let's do it, we'll do it, man. And I can stream from Africa, right? I can set up my live streams and do my live streams from there. Um, on my spare time, I can do my remote work the same way I did. I used to live in Colombia. I went to live in Colombia with my work. I took my laptop. I lived in Colombia for a little bit. I still have property in Colombia, but I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to sell next year. I'm going to sell my property in Colombia next year. Focus more on Africa. So yeah, anyway, this has taken longer than I typically would like to take. We'll be back. We're not streaming tomorrow because I have family time tomorrow. My kids are starting school on Monday. So one of them is starting school on Monday. So tomorrow is family time, so I can't stream. But we'll be back on Sunday. We're going to activate the panel on Sunday. So if you want to come on panel, get ready. I will invite you to the panel on Sunday. Our panels are not hostile. Even if you have an opposing view, you're still welcome on our panels. It's not hostile. All of you that have been on it, you can attest to it. It's orderly. We'll give you the chance to speak and express yourself. We demand that you show respect to the co-panelist, and we're gonna have a good time. We usually have good exchanges. It's interesting. It's fun. So if you like panels, come on Sunday. I don't know what the topic is gonna be, but you can talk about anything. Just be on there. You can just join to talk. Right? Join to talk, man. So come on and join us. And thank you guys for being here tonight. This was a great stream. I enjoyed it. The other one was too choppy, man. I felt so bad that we had that stream the other day. So I had to make up for it. So this was a makeup stream. All right. So let me know if you have any more questions before I log off. Let me know if you have any more questions before I log off. I did miss one of my good friends' topic. There you go. I was looking for you. I am old French. You've been following me for a while. I really thank you for being so committed to this, man. I see you. I know my people, man. It says you gotta make some videos about survival stuff and solar panels. I'm still trying to learn more about it. I actually know how to put together solar panels. I understand the technology behind it. So yeah, if you want me to do that, I could probably even do like a little test, let you know how to put it together and the different types of panels, monocrystal, polycrystalline, and monocrystalline panels, and why you need the monos. I think the monos are much better. And then just general current calculations and how to set it up, parallel connections, linear, setting up the inverter, the routing, also doing the inverter parts of it, the what do they call it? The control board to control the voltage, the input voltage, and the battery, the life PO4 batteries if you want to do lithium ion batteries, or if you want to do gel batteries, right? And then also the fusing of it and surge protection. I know all that stuff. I haven't done it in a long time, but I have an idea how to put that together. But anyway, I think I have okay, working from home today with the 9 a.m. login. So what time is it in Nairobi, Kenya? The live gambler says, okay, that's great. Americans tend to not have that village type situation to find women, so they must explore the cities, states, and some go overseas. I can see the difference for sure. Yeah. I mean, there's value in finding, if you're really committed to like a serious relationship, I think you have a better shot at finding more serious and traditional women in Africa. It wouldn't be as transactional as Latin America for sure. But with Africa, you have to go with some seriousness. And I don't think the keys and these boys are serious. They're just creators. They're just trying to sleep with as many women as you can sleep with, right? This is why they are meeting a little bit of resistance. But most Africans are not really that protective, right? If the woman wants to date you, you want to go meet their family and you want to marry them, that stage is set. There's a woman out there for everybody, right? There's way too many women over there. But you have to understand that from a cultural perspective, and you have to do it the right way, right? And I think that's where the disagreement is. Like, these people don't understand how seriously we take this stuff. But maybe they'll learn with time that, hey, you gotta, if you're really not about that, then don't go, right? Just leave it alone. But anyway, what was I gonna say? I think I missed one point, but it'll probably come to mind tomorrow, some other day. It's late as hell. It's almost 1 a.m. on my end. For those of you on the East Coast, I think it's even much later. But on that note, I want to thank you guys for being here. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to catch the playback, see how we sound. And on that note, good night. Okay, it's 8:54 a.m. in Nairobi, Kenya. All right. Good night.